What's up, y'all? It's Joshua Plays Games here, otherwise known as Chris Kyle. I kind of wanted to give you guys kind of an inside look of, I play a lot of Call of Duty, and not many people get the true inside look on how it is to game, and a lot of YouTubers commentate and say how easy it is to play these games, and, I'm a small YouTuber, and I'm not here to bullshit you or tell you that what I tell you, you'll be like the best player in the world. I'm not gonna say you're gonna do that, but if you follow a few tips that I give you, I think you'll become a little bit better of a player. So when I controls, I usually play a little bit lower. When you first start out playing from, like, people told you, oh, go max and you'll be a boss. Yeah, you might be, but the horizontal and vertical sensitivity is all up to you. I'm not gonna feed you what everyone else told you and what YouTubers want me to say just to get views. This is all up to you. I would start low and work your way higher. In custom matches, you can kind of, boost these around and see what's good, but I play on 4 and 5. It gets me more headshots, so I can get trophies quicker, and, at first it was really slow aiming, but once you get used to it, it kind of feels the same. You just gotta, instead of tapping the controller really quickly, you gotta kind of use more of the controller when it's lower sensitivity. And, I use target assist and aim assist so that this one doesn't affect anything, but I use this one because it kind of gives you a little bit of boost. If you're outnumbered, you can kind of get a quicker shot off. And I do this because it seems easier for me to attack people when I'm firing my weapon. It's easier to melee with circle other than tapping down on the analog stick. So that's what I do. I don't play with any music. I play very low cinematics. I really listen for those footsteps, and see, I'd actually turn this down a little bit too, because you really need to get maximum. You need to get a headset. You don't need to get a headset. You can do it any way you want, but you need to try and get the best sound. It's all about hearing. Controller sound, I'm not going to be listening through my controller. Lots of people say the difference between high boost and super crunch. I'd probably stay on high boost. I don't really hear much of a difference, but on super crunch you get more of an explosion. It goes boom. But besides that, this is what I use. You totally don't have to use everything that I use. It's just a suggestion, and I mute people because they're annoying, and I use standard because I'm cool. I don't know. I just use standard because that's just how I started. Now I'm going to get into my class setups. HVAC. I don't know how to say this. It's HVK30. The HVK. So this is probably the most underrated gun in the whole Call of Duty franchise. I use this gun. I could use it on basically any map and do a good game. Like I said, you're not always going to get a good game, but if you're a lower player, I definitely get this with, I don't care about the reflex scope, but if anything, I'd just use regular reflex. Always use grip. It's totally up to you, but I'd use FMJ, rapid fire. If you have any extras that you want to use, you can use high caliber and long barrel. That's about all I use, though. Those are the two exceptions. It all depends. Dead silence. Huge, 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 huge. You need dead silence. If you have really good headset, you won't be able to hear your footprints, so you can listen for other people's footprints. Awareness and engineer are also very important. So, but I'd go with awareness instead of engineer. But you gotta listen. You gotta listen very closely. This one doesn't really matter. I usually use scavenger so I don't run out of ammo. And instead of that, wait, hold on. Take that off. And then I forget what I did for a good class setup. I'd use Ghost. and you can't use this in an arena, but once you get all leveled up, I would use Flak Jacket. I use Ghost though. Call me a pussy, I don't give a fuck. Goddamn thug. There, so you haven't, you know, you have like, you have one more spot to put, you know, like a secondary. You could put a secondary in there. Whatever you want. Next class setup, I'll just go to a different class. That's really effective. Now next class setup, KRM. I don't really worry about the reflex, but I mean, because I don't usually zoom in. Rapid fire. Laser sight. If you're doing hardcore, I'd definitely do suppressor, because it's still a one-shot kill. But, you know, same as last one. Dead silence. Scavenger. Ghost. I don't really carry these around, but, you know, it's all whatever you want. Yeah. That's a good setup, and this is for those snipers out there. Locust. Nope. Rapid fire. FMJ. Always use FMJ. I can't stress this enough. Stock. Use stock. Use it. Use it. If you're on the no, use it. Okay, Ghost. Scavenger. I always use Dead Silence. Always, always. If you're going to be a sound whore, you got to use it. Now, it seems like, you know, you can use the Elo. I'd prefer to use the Recon. That's just me, though. I mean, the perks are usually the same. Now, let's get into one more that I think is extremely successful. Where is it? Razorback. Rapid fire, grip, FMJ. This doesn't really, I mean, I don't always use a reflect actually on this. I'd use a reflex because this doesn't have a very good, like, it doesn't have a good view, so you're gonna wanna put something on it so you get better headshots. That's what I do. And once you get a little bit better, or you don't need as much, you know, I take off certain things, like, you know, for this one actually I wouldn't take off much. I'd probably take off Ghost. Then I'd put number 3, awareness. That's all you gotta switch up, is take off one thing, or just take off perk 1, Ghost. It's not that important to me, but if you don't have anything else, you might as well use it. KN44, definitely look at it. ACR, yes. Man of War, probably. You know, there's a Gore gun, that's a good gun. Never use the SVG. That's my opinion, though. You don't have to use my opinions. Specialist, I always use the Purifier. It's because it gets me easy kills when I'm having problems. Score streaks, I don't really use score streaks, I don't need them. I can do good without them. But, you know, don't let other people tell you that you're going to do great, because you're going to have bad games. Everyone has bad games, but the truth is you gotta be able to do something that makes you get on the leaderboards every game. I don't know what it's going to be for you guys. You know, I've done a lot. I've played through the game, and this is my setup right now. This is actually, you know, I don't really use the combat knife. I just had an extra space. I could take off Ghost and turn on one more, but quick draw, I don't really need quick draw, but once I get rapid fire, definitely use rapid. Look at that difference. Anything to increase damage I'd use. Not much will do that though, but you guys just gotta play around with it. Do what you think's best. Don't do what other YouTubers tell you. Do what you think is best. Have a good day, guys.